Hello, U.S. history parents. This is my open house spiel. Normally, I would be giving this to you in front of the classroom for probably 10 minutes a piece on open house night. But obviously, because of COVID, we're going to be doing it virtual. So I want to do it quick. I just want to give you a brief overview of how U.S. history and government is going to work this year. Right now, you are looking at my course information sheet, which is the sheet that I've given to your sons or daughters to understand what we're going to be studying this year and how grading will work and where they can reach me if they have any questions. This can also be found in the Google Classroom, which I will walk you through in a minute. As far as units of study this year, obviously this is a survey and U.S. history class. So we should cover from 1607, the birth of Jamestown in colonial America, all the way to present day. This year, we're not sure if there's going to be a Regents exam in June. So we have a little bit of leeway to teach a couple of things that aren't necessarily explicit in the content. So, for example, this year, since we've had a lot of racial tension going on in the country the past couple months, we've had a pretty tumultuous summer surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement. We're going to start with Unit 0 this year, which is a discussion of the Black Lives Matter movement, the hashtag Take a Knee movement, riots versus protests. And we're going to frame our colonial foundations unit with that in mind. And we're going to start with the birth of racial slavery in America. And we'll be starting Unit 1 at the end of this month. And then we'll work our way through. Here are the 6 social studies practices, or in the real world, we call these skills. These are the things we'll be practicing every single day in this class, whether we are in the classroom or at home. This is also a nice set of skills that we will be assessing. All right. U.S. history has become less about assessing, what kids really know, but what kids can do with the things they know. So in the grading, you will notice that we will be assessing these things on a regular basis. As far as grading goes, I use a component system, right? Homework, discussions and seminars, exams, projects, and essays, quizzes, and participation are all 20%. They're all weighted evenly. All right, you add all these up, it's 100%. Okay. Down here, as far as late work goes, obviously we're in a pretty unique situation. So I want to be, cognizant of the idea that not every kid is going to get every assignment in at the time they're supposed to. So if your son or daughter have to hand something in late, as long as it's a reasonable amount of time, they just send me an email or let me know and I will grade it for them. This is a Regents course. All right. So they do have to pass U.S. history and government in 11th grade with a 65 or above. And as of today, they are offering a New York State Regents exam in U.S. government history. That could change depending on the situation. It's very rare that New York State doesn't give a Regents exam. Obviously, last year was a unique situation. And students would need to pass that exam as well. As far as homework, I don't give students a textbook. All of our homework is going to be found on Google Classroom. And we'll be using trusted websites like Khan Academy and the Choices program and other programs that offer content online that have been vetted by the district and are excellent resources for students. Everything will be linked in the Google Classroom so they don't have to go find these things. All right. As far as what your students need to bring to class every day, all I ask them to bring is a charged Chromebook. If they don't have a charged Chromebook, they can bring their charger and the Chromebook and charge their Chromebook while they are sitting in class. All right. I have some outlets in the back, but they cannot borrow other people's chargers. So make sure if they're going to charge while taking class, they need to bring their own charger. I don't really want them to do this class on their phone. That is an emergency kind of, I forgot my Chromebook type thing. So let's keep that in mind. Obviously, I want students to be here on time. These are all the expectations that any teacher would have. If your son or daughter is absent on a day they're supposed to be in class, since this class is basically all digital, they should be able to check Google Classroom and find out what they missed. All right, every lesson will be there for them to complete on their own. And I've also informed students that unlike last spring, grades are happening this year. All right, I grade on a number basis, as you saw before. Okay, so I don't grade everything, but I do grade. So they will have a quarter grade at the end of the quarter. I encourage students, if at any time they are falling behind or have questions, they can email me, they can text me, which I showed them how to do in class. All right, or if they're in school and I'm free, they can stop in. Okay, and then I've put here 10 good things that they could do to do really good in this class. I want to show you the Google Classroom real quick. The Google Classroom is something they've signed up for on the first day of class. This is where my entire class is. So every handout, every slide presentation, every lecture, every link is in the Google Classroom. I tell students that the stream is mainly the social part of Google Classroom, right? Everything I post will show up here in order. If I share an announcement with the class, they will see it here. But I usually tell them, if you want to be organized, go to the classwork section. It actually works more like a website where all topics are over here on the left. All right. And then they can easily find what they need to find by topic. All right. I wanted to show you the parent letter. Some of you have already done this or seen it. Some of you have not. I asked your son or daughter to bring this home to you so you can read it. It is in the Google Classroom, pasted as an assignment. It's just a letter outlining exactly my expectations for this year and how I think it's going to go. At the bottom of the letter is a Google form. If you just click on this Google form link and fill it out as a parent or guardian, I only need one of you to do it. Okay. I will be able to collect all the information that I need, including any comments that you have. If you have comments and you want to leave them in this Google form at some point in the next week or two, I'll be able to get back to you and address those comments. All right. I have also posted in the Google Classroom, depending on the day that students are in school. So if you are a Monday, Thursday kid, you are a day one kid. If you are a day two kid, Tuesday, Friday, I've posted a schedule. So we'll look at the day one schedule. So these are for kids who came on this Thursday, this opening Thursday, and have a home day on Friday. So this tells them what they will be doing in class, what the homework would be due for that class, and it tells them what they should be doing on their home days. So as you see here, home day, do this, home day, do this. Okay. This yellow part are Wednesdays, when all of my classes are together for 25 minutes. And for those lessons, students know that they have to join a Google Meet at a certain time for remote Wednesdays. To do that, they are going to click on this Google Meet link, which is in the Google Classroom. All right. All they have to do is click on this. I will be there. We will meet for 25 minutes. All right. And then they are done for the day on Wednesday. On students' off days, all right, remote student check-in. Okay, I've posted directions for what students should do when they are on their home or remote days. Students have to check into all their classes by 9:30 in the morning, and then those are the days they will be doing their asynchronous work. Okay. Other than that, I believe that is it. We will be using the Remind system this year with my students. All of my classes are signed up in Remind. So if you see your son or daughter getting a text from their U.S. history teacher, that is just me reminding them of homework, or there's an announcement that they need. I will be sending out specific Remind invite codes to parents eventually. So if you want to join my Remind class for your son or daughter's U.S. history class, all right, you won't be able to see everything, but there will be times when I want to contact parents as a group or individual parents, and it might be an easy way to do it. All right, so that is my open house presentation. If you have any questions, obviously you can email me at eric_thurley@webstercsd.org. Thanks for stopping by at Open House.